Hey, folks, Jamie Harrison here, former DNC chair, host of At Our Table. This week on my mind. So, have you ever noticed how low the bar is for Donald Trump? Man, that bar is not even on the ground anymore. It's underground. And every single week, it seems that it trips him up. But this is the thing, my friends. I want to take us back over the last few days. I mean, yesterday was Easter Sunday, probably the holiest day in the Christian faith, right? This is a day about grace and humility and reflection. And did you see the message that Trump put out? It was a message filled with profanity, anger, and grievance. And he did that on Easter Sunday. And it wasn't a rally, it wasn't off the cuff. This was a prepared message. Again, on one of the holiest days in the Christian calendar. I mean, we should all be offended by it. Christians who hold that day sacred, families who expect, basic dignity from a president, service members and veterans who deserve just steady leadership and not these emotional, guttural outbursts that are tied to this war. I mean, we should all have a higher standard for the person that sits in the Oval Office. That is our commander in chief. And this isn't about politics, it's about judgment. Any other president who would have put out the message that Donald Trump put out, and I don't care if they're Democrats or Republicans, it would have been a scandal. But with Trump, barely registers. Why? It's because folks have just gotten used to it. The outrageous has just become the routine when it comes to this president. And it's unacceptable that this has become normal, that we have normalized this type of behavior. This isn't just it. I mean, the guy is unhinged. Look at the budget that he just put out. In Donald Trump's presidential budget, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this. This man has proposed a $440 billion increase in terms of defense spending. $440 billion. While at the same time, he wants to cut all of the domestic programs, healthcare, education, housing, all of those things. And that's not to say that national security isn't important, but $440 billion, folks? Come on now. You can't claim to fight for working people while cutting the very things that they rely on. How is that putting America first? What it's doing is prioritizing your power. The guy, again, who I said last week, who said, all these foreign entanglements and this and that. $440 billion in a defense budget? That's not serious, folks. It's unserious. It's unhinged. And then there's a part that nobody really wants to talk about, where it becomes uncomfortable for his MAGA Republican support. At the same time that you're seeing this massive increase in terms of defense, Trump's own family, his sons, are investing in companies that stand to benefit from Pentagon contracts. Oh, this is where it gets juicy. This is where all of that culture of corruption that we've talked about, that's where that all comes in. These folks, Junior and Eric and all of them, they are investing in drone manufacturers, AI-driven military technology. They're working with defense contractors that are competing for billions of dollars in these federal programs. So, and it's not passive investments. It's one thing that it's in your 401k and you're unaware what's in your portfolio or which individual companies. These guys are making not passive, but direct investments in these companies, building these companies out. And these same companies are going right back into the federal government, where their father is making the ultimate decision on who gets part of that $440 billion increase. So do you get this? That he's in power, and they're making more money because of it, folks. When policy decisions line up with your personal financial gain, what do you call that other than corruption? because that's what it is, because in any other administration, that's what we would call it. We wouldn't hesitate to call it that. Well, why aren't we talking about that now? Why isn't the media reporting about all of these things? Why are we just sweeping it all under the rug? Why do we have this double standard when it comes to this guy and his family? It just does not add up. Why are people willing to excuse all of this? The profanity, the instability, the corruption, the chaos. Why? To what end? I mean, it's just dangerous, folks. It is dangerous. There's no accountability. None. The bar is so low for Donald Trump that the question isn't just what he does next. Again, the question is, what are we willing to tolerate? Because if we keep lowering that bar, eventually there won't be a bar at all. And when that happens, my friends, it's not just one politician who falls short. It's all of us. We have to hold these people accountable. If we have elected officials who are supposed to hold them accountable, if there's supposed to be a check, then that means we have to hold them accountable. So that's what's on my mind this week. Would love to hear your thoughts. But again, you see how corrupt this administration is. You see how crude this administration is. You see that it's not putting America first, it's putting themselves first. And the question is, maybe we have to start putting America first because he sure as hell isn't. The Congress isn't. The MAGA Republicans aren't. That means we have to put it first. Love to hear your thoughts and comments. Make sure you go to Facebook, YouTube, wherever you see these videos. Leave your comments and your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you're thinking, what's on your mind.